Because the guy from Nicaragua is not coming to make love to him. He's coming in there to fight.
Welcome back, fight fans. Today we are bringing the attitude, the drama, and all-out chaos. As from a sport filled with vibrant, menacing characters, we explore a void left in the welterweight division.
As I said, the equivalent of a home run hitter who tries to hit the home run on every pitch.
By a man who brought a level of entertainment and unpredictability like no other. A trash-talking Nicaraguan brawler, as rough, as tough, and as crazy as they come.
Keep coming, he says. This is unbelievable.
Please subscribe, press the bell button, and click thumbs up to help our videos be seen by more people as we break down the method and the madness of Ricardo El Matador Mayorga.
Mayorga says, come on, bring me more.
This is your favorite cigarette. We toast you.
Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
You may have to kill him to beat him.
A lot of people are questioning how effective Ricardo Mayorga can be at this stage of his career. What are you setting out to prove on Saturday night for those critics?
Pegarle fuerte y noquearlo, porque ese pelón de verdad, ese boricua no tiene nada para mí, ni la furia que yo tengo tampoco. Fácilmente va a ser para mí, eso va a ser como un sparring.
It was only 1 year ago, aged 46, that boxing's most controversial character finally called it a day. And despite a slow decline in ability and opposition over the last 5 years, the former two-weight world champion left behind a lasting legacy for a variety of reasons.
He looks like my son's ass, a little nice and round right now.
Everything from the surprisingly good
and Mayorga trades punches with him, and they're going to have a war,
to the shockingly bad.
Give Mayorga an extra $10,000 to sit past there with his hands behind his back and let me punch him for like 5 minutes.
Champion. Anybody winning, you a champion.
Starting out in the capital city of Managua, for Ricardo, things were certainly far from easy.
Mayorga grew up in just dire poverty.
We talk about poverty here in the States, and when we see poverty down Latin America, it's a completely different world.
He grew up in a poor family, one with strong resolve, but limited opportunities.
Peleaba barrio contra barrio y éramos como 40 contra 40 peleando. Y así ahí salían puñales, machetes, piedras.
Though having fought amateur through his teens, it was his role in the army that finally gave him an outlet to box.
Ricardo Mayorga!
And whilst we never really saw airtight precision or military discipline, it was instead his fearlessness and unbreakable spirit that shone through. Factors that made him all the more dangerous as he entered the professional ranks at age 20.
I'm gonna make him fight, because I'm a fighter. And in the ring, I'm the boss, not my opponent.
After 8 years in the pro game, from 2000 onwards, is when his rough and ready style finally hit the big stage.
From Guyana to hold a world title, he'll be taking on Ricardo Mayorga, who says that he thinks that Lewis is an embarrassing fighter. Well, I think he'll find out a little different.
Mayorga not only trying to block Lewis from getting into the ring, he once told us he knocked down a horse. Remember that?
But the horse got up at 4.
And within a year of his U.S. debut, he had claimed his first world title, knocking out Andrew Lewis just weeks after his 31st birthday.
Hey, unlimited combination, this is the game plan. But Lewis is getting tailed a bit. That was more of a solid shot. A left hook, and another left right hook. Oh my goodness! No answer from Lewis, it's over! He never answered!
Ricardo Mayorga, a wild child from Nicaragua who smokes 2 packs a day when he's not training.
The year after, he beat Vernon Forrest twice, both by TKO and majority decision, in a pair of performances which highlighted that, despite his rough and rugged approach, he could be a real threat to the current crop of welterweights.
Wobbling on his feet as he threw the right, and he goes down in the face of a crushing right cross. Marty Dinkins stopped the fight. it was the vinegar in Mayorga's shots. It was the mustard in the right hand that left Forrest with a bitter taste in his mouth.
I like to declare publicly what I've always felt. That fatty over here has always been afraid of me.
And it was over the next few years, alongside the bright lights and the sense of belonging, that we saw the Matador become the Bull.
Mayorga is a guy about whom you could develop a serious hatred in 10 or 15 minutes if he chooses to rub you the wrong way.
Do your wife a favor and not let her cry anymore.
Over the coming years, boxing fans were treated to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Come on, man.
As with his exponential increase in popularity, the Nicaraguan seemed to continually up the antics. As much as he talked a good game, he never backed down from a challenge either, facing the very best to come his way.
He comes to fight, he talks the talk, he walks the walk. He says what he means what he says, but I think it's got to be at least a little bit of a wake-up.
Including the likes of Trinidad,
Now he takes Trinidad's left hook.
Oscar,
Mayorga is in the danger zone. Big shot.
Vargas,
Sweeping left hand from Mayorga.
Mosley, and even Miguel Cotto.
Mayorga, no let him.
And whilst he lost a handful on the way, most noticeably to the hands of the Golden Boy,
He stayed up somehow. You know my name.
each fight seemed to bring a new level of heat, and the fans loved it.
Wide swinging right hand misses from Mayorga. And Mayorga says, bring it right here. Brothers up against the ropes. Right hand tries to split the guard. Mayorga knocks him down. First round knockdown scored by Mayorga.
The antics went far beyond the press conferences into some of the most obnoxious ring taunting the sport has ever seen.
Mayorga says, come on. Mayorga inviting Cotto in. Come on.
So much and so often that it became a genuine quirk to his style.
And this is a Mayorga tactic.
Whereby he drew opponents in with low hands and exposed chin to then capitalize with hard, precise power shots.
Oh, and a left uppercut by Mayorga to the chin.
Also, where his antics made him seem clumsy and reckless, it gave the man opposite a false sense of security.
He decided to duke it out with Mayorga in order to prove that he could hit as hard as Mayorga. Guess what? He couldn't.
But just like the saying goes, a man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man.
In the face of a clutching right cross.
And that time he was seriously hurt.
And whilst he was certainly no pretty boy in the fundamentals department, he still brought hell to a lot of the top names.
Chopping right, right, left, a combination. Continues, big round from Mayorga.
That right hand buckled Cotto.
Well, this was the best round Mayorga's had maybe in the fight. Look at him go to town.
A fearless road warrior and a tough old dog who picked up a few new tricks on the way.
I'm going to make Cotto sign up for the Ricky Martin fan club after the fight.
It's hard to hate the man that made it from nothing to the top of the welterweight division purely through his chin, his punch, and his cojones.
Hice lo mejor posible por mi familia. Yo amo y quiero a mi familia.
Yeah, you see standing around me. That's what I did it for.
Some might say he's underrated, while others say he's fine right where he is. But the cigarette-smoking, liquor-drinking, and trash-talking Nicaraguan certainly won the hearts of many through a notorious 25-year campaign.
I'm going to knock him out because he's a coward. Look at him walk away.
A two-time and two-division world champion, Ricardo Mayorga remains one of the loudest, craziest, and toughest men to ever grace a boxing ring.
Legend.
I will bet $50,000 out of my own pocket that I win by knockout. I'll bet anyone.